Hey guys, welcome to Making Finances Sexy. My name, as always, is Jessica Lay. I'm your Rent Rave owned realtor and a certified instructor with the company 101 Financial right here in our Valley of the Sun, making it my mission to assist you in moving out of renting and into home ownership. No matter your situation, I'm ready to be your personal finance coach and first-time homebuyer specialist. And as always, here is Rose Short, who's joining me.
Hi guys, Rose Short, aka the Red Queen here. Come down the rabbit hole with me. I'm a Phoenix Valley realtor as well as financial consultant here in the Valley of the Sun. You gotta love it. I'm also CEO of Chronicle Luxury. It is my mission to help you fire your boss, take charge of your finances and your life, and build your business around your lifestyle, not your lifestyle around your business.
Whoop! And today we're going to talk about automated online business. And I'm really excited to learn more about it.
Yes. So this past week I was on vacation. I did a road trip from Phoenix, Arizona to Ann Arbor, Michigan and back in 4 days. Would not recommend doing it that quickly. But it was totally worth it. It was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, on the way back, I did experience some car trouble. And so I ended up spending a little bit longer in St. Joseph, Michigan than I planned because the power steering decided to go out in my Jeep. So it was kind of a, oh boy, here we go moment. But we luckily found a Jeep dealership that was able to get us in and get it taken care of. Big shout out to Brookfield Jeep. They did a fantastic job.
You're sexy.
Yes, you guys are very sexy. Miss Lonnie and the crew were fantastic. When we first pulled in, they were like, yeah, we can schedule you for next Thursday. And we were like, here's the thing. We need to get back to Phoenix. So thankfully they had an appointment cancel. So they were able to squeeze us in. And then they were able to recommend a good hotel. They gave us a rental car for the night. And they got us back on the road really quickly. We didn't really figure we'd get back on the road until 5 or 6 the following day. And they were done with our car at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So ooh, super, super fantastic. And so, you know, most people would have been stressing and freaking out. But it was one of the things that was like, well, we can't control it. And my business was still running in the background. So I didn't take my computer with me. I knew we were going to spend most of the trip in the car. So having my computer with me wouldn't have done any good. But the beautiful thing is a lot of my online business, online marketing, things like that, it's all run off automation, right? So my emails, I can automate. A lot of my posts I can automate. And when I'm posting to my social media and whatnot, a lot of it you can go ahead and pre-schedule, but a lot of what I'm posting is my lifestyle. Because again, I built my business around my lifestyle, not my lifestyle around my business. So I had the good fortune of we could have not gotten back until Sunday night, and my business would have still been running very smoothly.
Wow, that's some peace of mind right there. Just like having an emergency fund for emergencies like that, but you're also making money while not doing anything. And that's probably a lot of people who listen to us, their goal, like our goal, is to automate business and still live our lifestyle. So that's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny. A lot of people online now, right now especially, are talking about, you know, passive income and things like that with like affiliate marketing or online marketing, like I'm doing, email marketing, any of these different things. And yes, I made money without really having to do anything while on vacation. But what nobody sees, unless I tell them, is I've spent a year at this point building up my processes and my systems so that this could happen.
So people that get into automated online business, you're not going to yield instantaneous results, correct? Like, because if that's the case, everyone would be doing it. You said you've spent a year to get where you are now. And yeah, can you explain how you got into it?
Yeah, so it's just like anything else. If you have a lot of capital to throw at something, you're going to be successful a lot quicker. My goal is to help people who don't have a lot of capital to start up with start building the long-term recurring passive income streams. And from there, you can start buying higher level recurring income streams, which sounds really weird, but bear with me here. So you see it all the time. with these copy and paste marketers who are doing the videos about, I took this $7 course and now I make 10,000 a month and blah, 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 right? And I'm not saying that they're all lying, because there are some people who took the $7 course, they really hit the books on it for the 15 or 30 days or whatever it was, did all the right research, found a really good product in a really good niche, and they started making money very quick. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is, if you don't want to show your face, you do email marketing. You can do affiliate marketing with email marketing, but you're still having to get leads somewhere. So if you're not doing content creation, you're doing paid for play or paid ads or something like that. There's some sort of capital that goes into it. So this is why I always say passive income is not free income, because there's still work being done, whether it's your time and energy creating content or your capital you're putting into it to buy the leads to get everything going. So I don't have thousands of dollars to sink into, buying traffic. And very early on, I bought some traffic that was not good, not quality, because I didn't know what I was looking for. I was just following other marketers' advice who really didn't know what they were talking about either. And I ended up really negative for a while. Not mindset wise, just investment wise. Really bad ROI. I've gotten lucky since then. And one of the programs I used was a really good ROI. You and I were doing the math earlier, because I did a snapshot of my account on Monday night when I left, and a snapshot of Friday when I got back. And I made $44. I'd also gotten an email from another company that I promote that I'd made $14 from them. And none of that, I wasn't reaching out to anybody. I wasn't cold DMing. I wasn't cold calling. I wasn't doing any of that nonsense, because I don't like it. There's a lot of people who do Facebook organic marketing, which is a great way to build your business, but it's not my way. It's not what I want to do. I don't want to be cold DMing people. I don't want to be popping into Facebook groups and trying to steal people from there. I don't want to do the whole so if you had to change one thing in your business, what would it be? Because I get those in my DMs all the time. They make me want to just scream.
Yeah.
And so there's so many different ways to do online marketing, affiliate marketing, email marketing, everything, right? But marketing is such a broad just area in general. There's a lot of good money to be made with it, but you have to have realistic expectations of what you're putting into it, what you have available to put into it, and finding the right programs, the right people that you connect with and jive with, instead of just jumping from one program to the next, trying to make that, $10,000 a month in 30 days or whatever it is. So
yeah, I've noticed it can get really overwhelming. There's so many programs out there, but that's what I love about having you, and how you only promote certain programs that have worked for you. There's people promoting making money online, and they make it sound sunshine and rainbows, but then once you get really into it and realize what they are doing or what they require you to do, and you don't want to do it, it can get messy, and then people give up right away and don't want to continue moving on, and thinking that all those automated online business programs are trash or not going to work.
Yeah, right now I think the statistic is the average online marketer lasts 3 months before they call it quits. And a lot of that is unrealistic expectations. But a lot of those unrealistic expectations come from a lot of marketers making false promises. And that's where I get into it with a lot of marketers, and even with the coaches. Coaching is great, and I wouldn't recommend starting any kind of business without some kind of mentor. But a lot of the coaches that I talked to, again, were coaches on Facebook organic, and they wanted me to pay them, $3,000-$4,000 to learn their Facebook organic strategies. And all I had to do was friend 30 people a day in these groups that they gave me, and then, reach out to these people. And, I had a software that made that process a whole lot easier, but I still didn't want to do it because it's not my method. Somebody asked me if affiliate marketing is direct sales, and I was like, well, it can be, but really what affiliate marketing is your friend opens a restaurant and you really love that restaurant, and you tell other people that you love that restaurant. And when those people go in and say, oh yeah, XYZ referred me here, that person gets a little cut.
Thanks.
And affiliate marketing gets such a bad rap right now because it's oh, it's a scam. But most of the world runs on affiliate marketing. It's referrals.
Right.
It's referral marketing the same way that real estate can be.
Yep.
But again, there's so many people that are doing it wrong and doing it in a sleazy, scammy way that there is a bad rap. And you're right. I will not promote a program that I have not been through myself or that I've been through and I don't like.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that your methods include like creating content that helps people solve their problems and also meet their needs, or like everything that you're interested in. And that's the type of people you want following you and subscribing to you, not just randos and bots. Like I get those DMs all the time on Instagram, like, let me show you how to get 1 million followers. And I'm like, okay, cool. Click on it. And then like, who are these followers? Right. Like it just seems like trash to me.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing when Instagram had their Reels bonus, you could get kicked out of the Reels bonus program if you had bought traffic and it was obvious that you bought traffic. And the same thing can happen with like autoresponders. If you buy an email list and upload it to certain autoresponders and the autoresponder recognizes that there's no way that this was your own list, they will shut down your account in a heartbeat.
Dang.
And like usually when they shut it down, you are banned for life. And so there's so many people out there that are scamming affiliate marketers because they know they can't.
Right.
And that's the real sad part about it. And then you end up with people who are angry and convinced it's a scam because they were given really bad information.
Right. So I guess the important part for like the listeners that want to get started in automated business is to really hammer down on that research.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a Facebook group, as you know, where I show people exactly what I'm doing to make money. I give you the proof. And I had to laugh because I posted on my Facebook and like, hey, I made $394 while I was on vacation, because I did. I received a $340 commission the day that we left for vacation. And then, like I said, I had that $40 and then that $14. So it equaled 394. With that exact same program, I hit the 300 minimum yesterday, and you have to hit it by Sunday to get paid out by Friday. So again, even if I hadn't gotten back until today, I still would have made another $300 while on vacation.
Wow, that's just amazing.
Yeah, but again, that's a year of building it up. And the program that I'm using now, I actually I signed up for it months ago, and I stopped using it because somebody that I knew that I liked, or I thought I liked, that was an affiliate marketer, came out and said, oh, this is a scam. I've tested it. It's all bot clicks. You never get paid, blah, blah, blah. Like the whole rundown about it. And this was the second or third time that there had been something that he was promoting that he walked back. And so I was starting to kind of get a little, not sure how credible you are anymore. Cause like I respected him for walking it back, but that's also why I won't promote a system until I've actually made money from it, because I don't want to jump on the bandwagon and then have to backtrack. Because again, I believe in proving what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so I'd stopped, and then another affiliate marketer who I have mad respect for picked it up and, you know, showed me the proof of what he was doing. And I was like, all right, I'll try this again. And now I've been doing it, and, you know, it is obviously making me money. The money showed up in my account. That was the main thing. I didn't really want to share it until I had the money physically in my account.
Absolutely.
You know, and then I do now. And so now I'm telling all my friends that I know want out of the corporate world and want to start building that, you know, passive sustainable income. Like, hey, like jump on this. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's free to start. It's not free to, you know, you're not going to hit the minimum payout without buying in. But again, the ROI is, you know, I think I spent $275 so far and I've made over 600. So that's a significantly better ROI than some of the other programs where I spent $500 to get traffic and I made $50.
Yeah, no, I love that. And you also got me into it a little bit this weekend at our open house.
Yeah.
I started sending emails, and it is ridiculously easy, like you said, to get started. And I'm really excited about it. I know I won't start getting the payout immediately, and that's okay. But if you just put in that little bit of time and send the emails, do what it tells you to do, it'll eventually add up and start paying out. I truly believe that, because it's actually happening to you. So I would have never like started this without having some credibility from somebody else that has experienced it. So it's great.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like I said, like a lot of these programs you can be successful with. Like there's another marketer that I, have mad respect for. I did one of the same programs that he did, and I didn't have the luck with it he did. But part of that is because I didn't buy into the high ticket portion of it. And so anyone who I've referred who asked me like, hey, should I buy this other $2,500 upgrade? I flat out told them I did, and it did nothing for me. So I'm not saying that my experience is going to match anybody else's, but one thing I really don't like about some of these programs is their coaches are very much high ticket closers. That's all they are. And I had a conversation with one guy who was trying to convince me to buy, it was a $2,000 upgrade. Because the upsell is really where you make the money, right? For a lot of these programs. And he started asking me, what my mortgage was, what kind of credit cards I had, what the limit was on. And I finally was like, why does any of this matter? He's like, well, oftentimes most people, don't know what they can afford. So I show them how they can afford it. And I'm like, okay, but you don't know what kind of interest my credit card would, get. And you're telling me like, oh, max it out, then just pay the minimum monthly payment. It'll be fine. Like you're really putting people into debt on the promise that they're going to make money off of this. And you really don't care if they are. And so I kind of got into it with them, and I was like, I'm not buying into this.
Yeah.
And so, but again, I knew I didn't have that kind of money to drop into it. There are people who did drop that money into it, really benefited from that upsell, and now they're doing fantastic. So, I know that I have the problem of I will lose focus on stuff. And so I'll think that I've watched it all, but I've only like really watched 90%. And so a lot of it probably is my own fault. But either way, my mission is to keep people from wasting their time, energy, and money and whatnot. Start with the small steps, the free, steps that I talked about, and then build a recurring income from there. And then you can spend the money on the higher stuff down the road. Medium, our blogging site that we use, is another prime example of that. It's completely free. You're telling your story, and when you get 100 subscribers, you can apply to monetize. I thought my blog would hit 100 while I was on vacation. It only hit 98, so I'm 2 away. But again, I had all those posts scheduled out for that week already, so I wasn't worried about it. YouTube is another great one. My YouTube channel has enough subscribers. I'm just missing the watch time. And once that hits, I can monetize on YouTube. And again, is it free? Not really, because I put time, energy, and whatnot into creating, editing, all that kind of stuff. But it's still going to be passive down the road, because videos that I made a year ago that happen to have an affiliate link can potentially still make me money 10 years from now. Yeah. And also ad revenue, and also, whatever other ways YouTube pays creators. So it's a process. It's not an overnight thing. But it's so worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely setting you up for the future. Just like buying a house. Like you're thinking long term and end game, not like instant.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So many people want instant gratification. It's like, okay, well, if you have $10,000 to, buy quality traffic, which is going to cost you $1 to $2 per email, then yeah, you can potentially make some really good money off of some of these programs. But if you don't have that, there's so many other ways to start building for free. And there's a bunch of ways that I know of to make money online that I don't even use because they don't interest me. So there's so many programs out there. There's so many ways to do it. And I think that's where a lot of the confusion comes from, is because instead of finding programs that speak to people that they want to do, that they're interested in, they just start jumping from one program to another. And then they're not really promoting anything. They don't know what they're even doing. And that's where the credibility gets lost. And that's where the frustration comes. And that's where they give up.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
But the more you can automate it, like I said, it's going to be passive eventually. But passive doesn't mean free.
Yeah, so I liked how you said you don't have to show your face, because there's like a lot of people that get nervous, not like us. We'll make fools of ourselves all day long on the internet. Like it's not a big deal. Pretty fun, in my opinion. But like for the people that don't like to record themselves or be on camera, I like that there are options out there where they can grow and create passive income for them. and not have to take the time to create videos and whatnot.
Yeah, when I first started, I was really nervous about, my family knowing what I was doing, because I'm kind of the one family that they're like, oh, she's doing what now? She's trying that. Oh, okay. Kind of not really the black sheep, but the one that doesn't like conform. Not if it's really conform, but I'm like the far end of it, I guess is the easiest way to put it. Like, I don't know, I'm the outcast family. That's probably the easiest way to say it.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. And so I was like, I don't really want to, I don't want them to be up in my business. And the other thing was, I didn't want to be talking about making commissions on the same channel where I talk about real estate, because it's hard to differentiate the two sometimes. Now, granted, a real estate commission is significantly higher than any of the commissions that I've made so far, right? But it was just one of those things of like, I've got clients that are friends of mine on Facebook, and it felt really kind of gross being like, oh, I made this commission this weekend without any other context. And so I kind of separated everything out, and then I kind of brought it back together. I've still got separate channels, but I've been more willing to share on my personal, which is my real estate page, more of like my dogs, my affiliate marketing, everything like that, because that's more my page of just like, this is me.
Yeah.
This is who I am. But then I can use my other profiles and whatnot specifically for those, kinds of content. So my real estate and personal one is kind of like, here's my lifestyle, whereas my chronicle luxury is, here's how I got this lifestyle. Here's what I'm doing to make this happen, kind of thing.
Yeah, and that definitely takes some time to figure out, and it's a learning experience as you go, and it's totally cool because like your different accounts were all separate and all over the place, I'm sure, in the beginning, but then once you start creating content and figuring things out as you go, it just starts to get more refined and easier to manage and all those good things.
Yeah, and there's a lot of tools that I have now that like I wish I'd had when I started, but nobody was talking about them. Nobody told me about them, and I think one of those tools, because I don't think there's a referral or affiliate program with it, and so no one wants to give it out because I'm not gonna make money off of it, right? Whereas most of them, like, if I tell you that I'm using a program and I give you a link, yeah, I'm probably going to make a cut if you buy it. That's affiliate marketing. That's what it is. But it's also, again, tools that I use. I have affiliate links for things that I don't use, and I don't give out those affiliate links because I don't use them. I'm not going to promote them. So there's definitely a lot of things like I have access to now that I wish I had access to a year ago, because I think I would have been further along in my journey.
So you listening, guys? Go follow Rose and figure out what tools, because she's already done the research for us. That's why I love her, because now I can look at what she's doing and not have to go through the trial and error phase. And it's amazing.
Yes. And I'll drop the links, of course, to the Facebook group and the blog and everything like that, so you guys can see kind of what it's about.
Need to watch out for those salespeople in affiliate marketing. They're the ones that like try to persuade you and make things sound good and easy and things like that. Like, remember, it's not going to be easy in the beginning, but it'll be totally worth it.
Yeah, and there's two traps that newbies really fall into, and the first one is comparing their journey to everybody else's. Right? You can't compare yourself to Jeff Bezos. You can't compare yourself to your best friend who's doing affiliate marketing. Like, everyone's journey is their own. And that's why the commission that I shared of what I made on vacation was really small compared to another marketing friend of mine who's on vacation who was making like $1,200 a day, right? It's very different, but he's been doing this longer. He's got the different programs he promotes. And so like, I can't compare myself to him because that's just, we're on different journeys.
Yep. Like with anything.
Yeah. And then the second one is, if you do show your face, if you do start making content, you're going to get trolled. It doesn't matter. All the platforms are bad. YouTube weirdly has been the worst for me. But I've been trolled on every single platform. It's going to happen. So the best thing to do is not engage. I tell everybody this. If you get a troll comment, or even just a negative comment in general, maybe they're not a troll. Maybe they're really just someone who's very upset, right? Maybe we use the term troll too often. I don't know. The best thing to do, they're still boosting you in the algorithm. You still need to respond because that's going to boost you in the algorithm. But don't engage. every time I get a nasty troll comment, I respond with something like, "Thank you so much for your comment. I hope you have a wonderful day," or something along those lines, right? And there's going to be times where you can't ignore it. Just turn your comments off for a while. I've done it because it seems like if one of my accounts gets hit with trolls, they all get hit at the same time. So I'll have like 3 months of nothing and then like a week and a half of just crappy comments across everything.
Yeah.
And so I'll go in and I'll shut them off. It does hurt the algorithm a little bit, but your peace of mind is more important than the algorithm. Like, let's get that straight, right? The algorithm, it'll drive you crazy if you try to figure it out all at once. Just do what's best for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that mental strain that those trolls or very unhappy people make, it sucks. It's like a sucky feeling for a moment, but you just got to move past it. Like, you don't know what's going on in their life that makes them get on the computer and say nasty things to you. Like, I'm mixing real estate and raving. Like, what kind of comments you think I get sometimes? Yeah. But I don't let that affect me emotionally, and I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I like educating people, and I have been helping more people than the nasty comments that I've gotten. So that's the main thing. And you just move on, move forward, and pay no mind.
Yeah. The greatest is when like someone leaves a nasty comment, but then like somebody else comes to your like not rescue, but like they're on your side. Like they argue with the person for you, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, you're like, this is great.
People are fighting my battles. Like, I don't need them to, but that's actually a really good feeling.
It is. Yeah, I've had that before. Like, cool, I didn't even have to comment back. Love it.
Yeah. But again, like anytime you're doing automated business, like there's plenty of programs out there that teach you how to do faceless YouTube channels and still make money. There's one that I promote because I really like the guy. I've been through it. I don't really like it. It's not for me, but I think it's a good program, so I'll still promote it. It's a little higher priced, I will admit. But if that's really what you're going into and you don't mind, spending a couple hundred, it's a really good program. But then, like I said, if you're not wanting to show your face, but you're okay sharing your story, maybe go blogging. Or if you're just a creative writer, go blogging. Now, you do run the risk of people attacking you on your blog. I had it with one post I posted about term life insurance versus whole life insurance, because in my opinion, term life is just incrementally better. And whole life is kind of a, I don't want to say scam, but ripoff. And this person attacked the post, and I looked at their stuff and I was like, okay, well, you are showing yourself as a neutral insurance provider, but all of your posts are about Geico. So yeah, of course you're going to push whole life because that's what Geico sells. So it's like one of those things of, okay, you're saying one thing, but your content's saying another. So like, I'm not going to engage. Yeah. And I didn't engage on that one. I just kind of shook my head and moved along because my mental energy is spent on, again, making content that can help people, or that's just fun for me. And sharing videos in my Facebook group and, on all my platforms to help people of, these are the programs I've used. This is what I like. If I don't like, I have very honest reviews of programs on my YouTube channel for that reason. I give you the pros and cons because that's where my mental energy is how do I help people who are looking to do what I'm doing that don't want to spend a fortune.
Yeah, that's fantastic because a lot of people, especially this day and age, don't have that capital but they want to get into this. So finding ways to get started with the minimum amount of money or even no money at all, that can just change and transform a person's life immensely.
Yeah. And it's kind of suck at first. Like about 6 months in, I was really wondering what the heck I was doing. I wasn't making the money that I'd hoped I'd be making. Because I started this with 3 goals in mind. My goal was to retire my significant other, retire my mother, and have far more time with my dogs. Like those are my goals.
Yep.
And those are still my goals for the most part. But like I was kind of believing the false promises, and I was like, I'm gonna retire my mom by Mother's Day. I'm gonna retire my significant other by Christmas. And then Mother's Day rolled around, and I was like, I'm negative $2,000 into this. And then Christmas came along and I was like, I'm negative $10,000 into this. I don't know if those are actual real numbers, by the way. But it felt like it was never going to. And then I got that first payout into my LLC account. And it was like, oh, this just got real.
Yeah.
And then I was able to use that money to reinvest. And then that reinvestment got me another payout. And I was like, oh, here's another one. And like, I get to use my business account. Like, this isn't my personal funds anymore that I've worked myself to get. Like, this is my business profits are now buying into the business. And full disclosure, I 100% use some of those profits to upgrade Jess to the pro version of the program we were talking about, because I believe in it that much. And that's my thing is, obviously I do that for everybody. I wish I could, but sorry, not gonna happen.
Maybe one day.
But the ability to do that and actually show people, and like I'm flat out honest with everybody, like, as you probably figured out, anytime I'm gonna take the money that I make and reinvest it, I'm gonna show you what I reinvested it on, it if it worked or not. Because if it didn't work, I'm not gonna tell you to do it. If it worked, then I'm going to, recommend that you do it. I'm not gonna promise it's gonna work the same way. I was like, I told Jess, she might actually make money faster with this platform than I did initially, because I didn't watch the training videos and I kind of screwed up. And I didn't realize it until a month down the road. So trying to save her from making those same mistakes. Because again, I was like, oh, I don't need to watch these videos. Let's figure this out. And like, that's my thing, is I'll figure it out. And sometimes just take the moment, watch the video, get the training.
Exactly.
It helps immensely.
Yeah. And again, it's just going to take some time. So putting in the time and making little moves, trying things. Sometimes it won't work for you. When I started making videos, and I've only recently gotten my YouTube channel up, but it's uncomfortable at first. And I had a hard time recording myself, and I'd forget things, or like even sometimes on this podcast, it's always learning, always growing, getting uncomfortable, but we are definitely just on the mission to save a lot of people time and energy from all the research and listening to all the different sides of finances and marketing and things like that. So you just got to do it.
Yeah, you learn a lot about yourself. Like I learned I clap a lot. Did not know that about myself until I started doing videos. I've like since made a valiant effort to not do it. But I still catch myself doing it. Like I make really weird facial expressions. I know this, I'm fine with it. But you are going to start critiquing yourself pretty heavily and being like, oh my God, I do that. Why didn't you tell me I do that? This is so annoying.
Yeah, I got the nervous laugh. I've been working on getting rid of that. The ums. Yep. Hopefully I'm not saying that much in this podcast, but I may be. But just little things like that. And we got to be gentle with ourselves. It's okay, and love ourselves still through all our faults, and just, keep trying.
Yep. And there's plenty of things out there to help you. Like CapCut is a free editor I use. I love it. It has a transcript option, or teleprompt option, I'm sorry. So you can write what you want to say, and then it literally pulls up on your screen. So you're not even looking away from your screen to record it, and your whole script is there. That's been a game changer for some of my short form content. There's all kind of things you can use. I mean, and of course, editing. Like, you get really good at editing. A couple of weeks ago, I introduced myself on this podcast as the Rabbit Queen instead of the Red Queen. And we laughed, we restarted, we edited it out. So you're gonna make mistakes, and it's okay.
Exactly. And there's just so much tools and resources available that make this easier on us, and just taking the time to explore.
Yep. So yeah, there you have it, guys. The year of building an automated income stream is finally paying off. And just start today. Stop being scared to start, but start smartly. And again, learn from my mistakes, learn from somebody else's mistakes. If someone has to argue with you in order for you to want to buy what they're selling, then you probably don't want it. And one of the best things that you can do, and high ticket people hate it when I say this, and I'm going to say it anyway, sleep on it. It is perfectly okay to tell them, you know what, you're right. Your opportunity sounds amazing. Let me sleep on it. Because at the end of the day, they're worried about making a sale. You need to be worried about how can I afford this? And how can I afford this without putting myself in a financial bind? Because you can very quickly spend more than you're making back, invest it improperly, and put yourself in a worse position. And that's unfortunately the truth, is the people who don't have the money to put into these programs are usually that's why you want to be in the program, right? Is to make that money. That's why build your passive, recurring, sustainable, boring income first.
Yeah.
Then use that to maybe start pushing some higher ticket stuff or investing in some higher ticket stuff.
Yep. Don't quit your job right away.
Yeah, and don't set yourself a goal, but set yourself a realistic goal, right? Like, I don't know why 10K a month is like the affiliate marketing goal, but it's everywhere. To the point that I don't even think you can put that in a video anymore, because I think TikTok and Instagram will both be like, yeah, no, you're done. But set small goals, right? Like my blog, once it finally monetizes, I want my blog to make a car payment. That's it. I just want to make enough off the blog to pay one car payment. And once the YouTube monetizes, same thing, make another car payment. And then once they're at that, okay, cool, now I can grow it to the next, to the next, to the next. Because you shouldn't really be looking to, like, long term, you should be looking to replace your 9-to-5 income. But for now, if you're just starting, just look at it to supplement your income.
Yeah, pay a bill. I like that.
Yeah, start small. Because again, if you go into it expecting that 6 months from now you're going to be making $10,000-$15,000 a month, you might, or you might be $10,000 in the hole. So
sweet. Well, thank you, Rose.
No worries.
And catch us next week. I'm gonna be talking more about our 4 fundamentals of finances. It's gonna be done in 2 parts. Our first part's gonna be on better budgeting and credit building.
I wish more people talked about budgeting. It's so important.
Yep.
And it ties into exactly what we've been talking about here. Because if you're not budgeting for your business, you're, again, you gotta keep track of everything, man. You gotta know where your money's going. You gotta know if your investments are paying off.
And don't dig yourself in a hole.
No, do not dig yourself in a hole.
All right, stay sexy.
Bye.